Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, June 11th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I expand by being open to not knowing. And we have Moon shifting into Pisces today after a long void of course Moon in Aquarius day. I explained that in yesterday's video, but I want to say something that I didn't address. I do feel like some of us are more solar inclined and some of us are more lunar inclined. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't get this void moon thing, maybe you don't because you're not as attuned with the moon. Some people are and some people are not. So just be aware of that, that the void moon doesn't necessarily hit everybody the same. That being said, let's dig into Pisces energy. We have a lot of Pisces stuff going on. We have a square between, the Sun and Neptune going on in the astro today. Also, squaring that Mars energy, which is interesting, which we'll get into. Moon in Pisces. But what it's really bringing up is so many astrologers talk about the end of the age of Pisces and the beginning of the age of Aquarius. And the age of Pisces does have a lot to do with religious dogma. And so the age of Aquarius is like, hey, you're free to be you. And maybe some robots too. We'll get into that another time. But this age of religious dogma, it really is infiltrated in so much. And again, one of the things with everything that's happening right now, and again, this is happening in so many places in the astro as well. I'm seeing the Capricorn pull here, maybe some Scorpio, and definitely Gemini. Really pulling ourselves out of the outside authority and back to looking inside ourselves for that authority energy, for that confirmation, even for that truth. And again, at the same time, staying open to not knowing. Lots of that energy going on. But one of the things that really came up is with Mars and Neptune building into a conjunction. What day is that going to happen? That exact conjunction? Saturday the 13th. We're going to have that exact conjunction in Pisces between Mars and Neptune. To me, this is an opportunity to take new action. But what may come up is repressed trauma from ancient religious wars. And if you believe in past lives, then chances are you have been on this planet in the last 2,000 years at some point, and therefore at some point have been involved with some level of religious indoctrination and, holy wars. And so do be aware of that, and do be aware of the authority that the church and state, and a lot of times together, had. And that is one of these big patterns that we are shifting out of globally at this time. And this isn't shaming churches, and it's not meant to shame religion. There can be a lot of really good things in church, in religion, and all of that. But there's also been a lot of terror that has gone with it as part of our learning process. Okay, we're all here learning. So be aware of that energy potentially coming up, and that feeling of again, I feel like we're really pulling into our own autonomy. Again, age of Aquarius and these strong Aquarius lessons, Saturn in Aquarius, back into our autonomy and back into personal authority and taking it away from where that power has been given. So do be aware of that. That felt like a really strong message. Mahalo agrees with it in the background. It's getting shh by Joe. So Sun in Gemini squaring Neptune. This energy in particular, that Sun in Gemini is saying stay open. The thing about indoctrination, I wish I had looked up the word before, but it didn't come up in my downloads until after I started this energy. But the thing about it is, like, it's indoctrinated. Chaos over there. It's like embedded in us. And again, this is deep. It's in our ancestral lineage. It's been in multiple lifetimes. And so it's like what has been done needs to be undone. There is a big theme of learning and unlearning going on at this time. And so Gemini, the Gemini energy is up for the test. The Gemini energy is like, I'm here, I'm ready to be present. Oh my gosh, you're teaching me something new. Ooh, I like watching something new. I like learning something new. Teach me, teach me, teach me. I'm willing to learn. And yet other parts of the self may be a little reticent, may be a little resistant to these energies. And so we're going to feel that in that square. That Neptune energy, it really can connect us to some deep underbelly stuff. So be aware of that potentially coming up and through you. And to me, it's an opportunity to recommit to knowing that we don't know and being willing to unlearn and pay attention and listen at this time, because none of us know the full story. We all have pieces. And we put the puzzle together by being willing to come together and listen to each other. Okay? So, very important energy. Another thing with this square, it may be hard to catch your thoughts between the strong Gemini energy and the strong Piscean energy going on. Between the moon and then this Mars and Neptune energy, you may be wanting to daydream, and then as soon as you daydream, here come the monkeys, and suddenly you've got a monkey zoo running around in your daydream. So do be aware, it's super high stimulus, and it is through grounding that you will be able to support yourself and your family of monkeys. Mental monkeys in your mind. Let's see, what else do we have going on between those things? That all happens early in the day. Again, dreams may also be very interesting and may be helping you process any of this that wants to come out and through. So pay attention to your dreams. Again, one of the key words that I got as I was sitting listening for the astro was remembering holy wars. Holy wars. Church-ordained wars. So, tuning into that. Moon squaring Venus. Venus going in Gemini. Again, I know that there were holy wars that really did have holy. One of my memories, it's not fully developed, I can't remember everything, was the Cathars who were taken out in the Inquisition. And that was a very deep holy war. And the Cathars were really holding on to their values. And so as we have this Venus energy squaring Neptune, again in Pisces, sorry, not Neptune in Pisces, Moon in Pisces energy, what is it that you value? And keep going back to that. What we value, to me, that's the thing that's worth fighting for. So returning and tuning into that so we can stand in and through those values. And again, this may be an opportunity as well to reevaluate those values and make sure, hey, have any of these values come from indoctrination? Or is this truly like a value of my heart? So tuning into that energy. Moon connecting to Uranus. That's lazy cat energy. Moon in Pisces, even though it's Uranus. Luce can be the laziest Taurus until her favorite thing is this little laser pointer. Literally, she hears this and she literally just ran in the room. So you may find yourself kind of Luce, like, here I am, relaxing, chilling, daydreaming, imagining, Moon and Pisces energy, and then something, Uranus, it stimulates you. There you go running. So pay attention to, again, what stimulates you. Is it something that you value? She values the red dot very highly. So we have that. The other thing that we've got going on, and again, this feels very healing amidst these energies. Venus and Chiron are also connecting. So Venus retrograde in Gemini, Chiron in Aries energy. How are you being called to be true to you? Where are your values being called up for healing at this time so that you can stand? Again, that warrior energy with Chiron and Aries. How can you stand up for what it is that you value? So really strong, potent energies in the astro today. And again, just pay attention to what comes up for you. But for some of you, I do have this feeling of holy wars. And I'm going to leave that there for now. As other things come in. Okay, projections. This card would have been perfect in yesterday's astro, but again, here it is, and it feels like it's those indoctrinations. It's where we'll match people in their values, in their energies, in their beliefs, that strong Gemini energy, and yet we're called to be true to ourselves. Body, mind, spirit, soul, heart, participation card. And just like I said the other day, like, check in. Are all of these energies on board, all in, all together? We want them working together. We really want to connect to the values of the heart. 1111 for that. Values of the heart. And through that, we're expanding our mind. Now, I do have the schizophrenia card in with this, right next to the mind card in reverse. The schizophrenia card, you know, people on all sides of the equation do have valid thoughts, and that can be confusing. But just one of the wisdom in the write-up of this card is like, don't try to pick sides. Rather, do fall into the center, into your heart. Listen with this to help you move out of this kind of torture. Don't get stuck in the mind like, well, should I think this or should I think that? This is not where you need to decide. You really want to go back to that participation card, and I'm pulling a little emphasis of the heart. And again, this will help expand you. So I'm leaving that there for now. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.